Okay. Hopefully the audio is cool, bruh. Hopefully, man. I could only hope. Let me see. Alright, y'all hear it. It sound cool. Hopefully it stay that way. Steph PG3 here, and I've arrived back in Ace Attorney Trilogy. Now I'm gonna explain to y'all what I just went through. I actually was about to, do this, and I came to the realization that I saved it after I talked to Iris in the courtroom. I mean, not the courtroom, the lobby, before we started with the Maya section. Now, for those who don't know, if y'all new here, I did this already, and my audio was cooked for the entire video. I was 8 minutes in, I stopped it, started it again, and that's why I saved it after to get back in the lobby. But yeah, so hopefully we can get through this without it jitting around. And you know what's even worse is that when I got on here to do this, like, well, it hasn't been that long, but because I just kind of speed run the whole thing real quick. Now, what I mean by that is, like I said, I saved it, so I had to start from here, which was before like Dahlia, like when we were still talking to her. Then I had to like speed run past that, and now we're at the part we should be. But the thing is, before I did that, the audio was perfectly fine, and now it's just, yeah. Let's get back into this. Hopefully, let me check again, make sure this audio is still cool. Let me make sure. It still sounded cool. Hopefully, it continued to be that way. All right, I'm honestly. Let me see. Do I still got that up? If honest, I'm just gonna follow what I did, bro. There's no need for me to try to do this blindly anymore, because it's been a week, so I may forget some things and all that. But yeah, I'ma just low-key just kind of just look at what I was doing this whole entire run. And alright, so while that's doing that, I'm truly sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me, but I was missing all day. We didn't even have a chance to talk. She's right. I met Iris at the training hall yesterday. They had already switched places, and Iris is inside the sacred cavern. Honestly though, this video is not about to be too long, because what I didn't know, what I know now, is that, you know what, y'all gonna see. I'm not even gonna say it. I want to at least be in the defender's box that they'd root you on. Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. There's something more important than that, though. I have to ask you. Why did you help your sister out as much as you did? Huh? If you had tried to get help at the Sacred Cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there. My sister. I felt sorry for her. She was abandoned by her mother and never got any love from her father either. Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it? Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, bro. Her laugh and the way her face be jiggling would never not, like, cook me, bro. It was like a mother to me. If only Dahlia had come with me to Hazakor Temple. I don't think that would have helped her. I'm gonna be honest. I always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her that I would help her. Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago? Yes. I wanted to be useful to her in some way. Bro, Buddy in the fall is, you really a creep, dog. We didn't forget. We didn't forget, buddy. You're a creep. But as usual, I was so cowardly. At the last minute, I ran away. Alright, the audio just did it around my headset. Hopefully, my mic is still cool. I'm gonna check it out soon. Because of that, Dahlia's stepsister, Valerie, ended up. Buddy really drunk, bro. I can't believe he did that, bro. Can't believe he did that for Dahlia. A grown man got locked up. Why is that on his face though? Is that something he like got in jail, bruh? Like, did he decide to just do that to his face in jail? But things didn't end up there, of course. Some suspected that my sister was involved in the murder. Some people, you mean, yes, two defense attorneys, Mia Fey and Daigo Armando. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth, Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison for her. You. That's right. Iris. There's one more thing that I have to ask you. Yes, what is it? On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, at least the Oxnum, was it really you? Yes, it was me. That night after I rung the lights out bell, I went back to my room. At around 10:30, I received a call on my cell phone. There's a problem. Come to the inner temple right away. I got on a snowmobile headed for the inner temple, but it was on fire. After the inner temple was cut off, right? Exactly. We can't just leave the body here. So you've got to do this exactly as I say. Got it? That's actually that's so smart. That's really smart. Like, who would think to do that? It was me. I was the one that received her body. The murder weapon had been left in her body so she wouldn't bleed too much. The staff that Mystic Elise always held. I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was the staff. Yes, that's right. I brought the body back to Hazakar Temple in the snowmobile. Poor Elise. But why? Why did you alter the body? I didn't want anyone to know the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead back to Misty Faye. I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with the Shichisato. I wiped the blood off the staff's blade and left it next to her on the ground. Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person that called your cell phone. The real killer. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say who did it. I see. Alright. Defendant? Yes? The judge is calling me. He wants to see you in his chambers. He has some questions about Dahlia Hawthorne. Alright. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you. Oh, okay. Something she wants to tell me. Look, she's blushing. Peep the signs. You gotta peep the signs. Like, what is she gonna tell you, bro? She about to say she like you. So it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe from the beginning. Phoenix. And of course, Mia shows up, surprisingly. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when I first seen her, I was surprised Mia popped up. I was surprised Pearls was around. I didn't even know Pearls was around. How is Maya doing? Physically, I'm not worried. She recovered completely. Emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case. I see. You don't mean she's learned who Elise the Oxnum really was. Yes, I went to the medical office and talked with her. I told her everything I knew. But why? Maya's stronger than you think. I knew she could take it. All of it. What do you mean by that? I want you to figure the answer out by yourself. This trial's about to restart. The real killer. Do you know who it is yet? Iris wouldn't tell me who called her, but still, I think that just maybe I know who it was. That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the inner temple. And the criminal wasn't just there by accident. Which means that the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning. And one more thing. The victim was moved to Hazakura Temple's side by pendulum. In other words, the criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means they were stuck on the inner temple side for almost an entire day. Exactly. So the culprit, someone that wasn't in House of the Guard Temple the following day. That's as much as help as I can give you. The rest is the battle. The rest of the battle is yours to win or lose. Okay, I've got it. Thank you, Mia. Finally, it's almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty Faye? Whoever it was, I have to prove it. Me, all by myself. And on that note, look, we get hit with a to be continued. Now, I was sad when I first did this, if I would have known this, I wouldn't have like saved it prematurely in the last video, but yeah, this one is not gonna be short. I feel like 30 minutes. We're gonna stop at 30 minutes. Oh, let me check again, bro. Let me make sure this audio cool before I save. If it's jitting around, bro, I'm saving it and it's just gonna be done here, bro. Alright, it sounds like it's still cool, so we can save. Alright, bro. February 10th, 3:36 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier. I'm not gonna lie, y'all ain't gonna believe who the real killer is, man. Y'all ain't gonna believe who it is, bro. Now, I ain't gonna tell y'all. But I know. It's unfortunate that I really have to play through this again because I literally did all this already. But it just is what it is, bro. I can't control what the audio want to do sometimes. like the audio just be doing what it want to do. But alright, man. Let's get into it. Yes, test on a bloody dagger that was found stuck in a pine tree. Oh yeah, that. I totally forgot about it. That's a weapon that Maya Faye used when she fought with the victim. So what are the results? What is it? The victim's blood or... Due to time constraints, the full test wasn't possible. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on the dagger was not the victim's blood. That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial. So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. And whose was it? I'm sure both the defense and prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims. I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, a witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So let's finish this quickly. Agreed. Yeah, I ain't gonna believe the way Maya was acting in this too, bro. I can't believe Maya was acting the way she was acting. But y'all about to see. Very well, please bring the last witness. I didn't have this playing in the background the whole time and I just been yapping. Let me like go back. Like it's way too far. Alright. Witness, please tell us your name and profession. Maya Faye. My profession is I'm the assistant manager at Wright and Code Law Offices. Maya. According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium with the Korean channeling technique? I'm frightened. Oh man, hold on, my fault. I ain't give Maya her voice. The Faye clan. I don't want any more to do with it. Oh Maya, the pain the Faye bloodline causes must be unbearable. Very well. Now then, Miss Faye. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple. And you witnessed the moment of Mr. Lee Oxen's murder. Is this correct? I didn't see any. Straighten up this instant, young lady. Huh? Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. But your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witness come out and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen?
Witness, if you please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, I think I'm back far enough. I think I'm around the same time, actually. Which is honestly insane. At the Ender Temple.
I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against a stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness.
You know, I'm gonna make this just as I said 30 minutes, but I'm gonna make it just as long as it was with this one, so it makes sense. Because there's no reason for me to like break this up.
So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been the staff.
Maya, the person who hit you, it was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was.
Maya, think hard.
Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't.
Ha! Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone.
It seems that it would be hard to determine a criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination.
Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all. Yo, look at her. Why her eye just do that, bro? Yo, I know y'all seen that. I've worked side by side with Maya for 2 years now. I can tell when she's trying to hide something about how she acts. And right now, I'm absolutely certain she's hiding something. Y'all know how this goes. You press all this. Even though I wish I could just, get to present part, because I know it already, but who else is on the Inner Temple side that night?
Well, Sister Bikini, of course. I remember her saying that Iris would be coming later as well.
On the day after the incident, Edgeworth met Bikini at Hazakura Temple. That means she couldn't be the criminal. So then, did Iris actually come later like she said?
Let me think.
She seems confused. It's probably because she's so tired.
I'm sure I didn't see her. She must have come while I was prepared for the training.
Who did it? Who hit you?
Well, I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind.
You didn't see the person. But after that, your attacker was in front of you. How could you not see who it was?
Oh! Let me think for a second. Sorry, I just can't remember.
Maya's really having a hard time. What should I do? Gotta press her. Come on, Maya, this isn't making sense. Why didn't you see this person?
Well, let me think. It was, oh yeah, that's right. It was dark, that's it.
It was dark?
It's not good to have too much light around someone that's undergoing spiritual training.
Come to think of it, there was earlier testimony to that effect as well. So it was dark in the garden on the night of crime.
Which is why she didn't see her attacker. I thought maybe she was trying to hide something, but I guess not.
Judging by the testimony thus far, the identity of the attacker was most likely
the spirit that was channeled by at least the oxen, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Very well. Please continue with your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head?
What happened afterwards?
My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape. I think.
You think?
After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There was only two things rolling around my mind at the time.
Well now, this is beginning to get interesting.
What were the two things rolling around in your mind?
My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I know it's odd, considering my life is in danger. But that's how it was.
That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. So what did you do then?
think you screamed, but you're not sure.
Listen, I was complete wreck. It's dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, a adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits.
Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes.
I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that it was my last hope.
Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? Wait a minute, Maya. It's just my last hope stuff.
What? What do you mean by your last hope?
No. That's what you said. You said my last hope.
Huh? What? I said what?
Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, help me.
Yeah.
But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope.
Oh, well, you know, that's like, what do you call it when that happens?
Maya's not doing so well up there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. Ah!
Yeah, you just caught your own self. You just said you couldn't see. What is it now?
I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out.
Huh?
Witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person?
I meant to keep that part a secret. What have I done?
Ha! Takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say.
A ton of pressure?
You're in court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber.
Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony.
A man. Who was this man?
Well, you see, I couldn't see.
You couldn't see. She used this excuse twice now.
Well, you know, lantern light isn't very bright.
The lantern light, did you say?
There's a great big stone lantern in the garden. They're always light when the acolyte is there for training. Hey, you know what they say? Under the lantern, darkness reigns. So I could see the person that was farther away, but not my attacker, who was closer. Plus, there weren't any other light sources in the garden at the time.
Like, it's clear that she capping. Like, before you couldn't see, now you could see. You don't mean, was it?
I didn't know at the time, but I think it was probably blood.
Is she saying that's what Miss Deoxnum, who was channeling Dahlia, was stabbed in the back by the killer? At the moment, I was paralyzed with fear. Just sitting there in the snow. Sure, blood got on everything around me. So what happened next? I don't remember. How were you saved? You don't remember that? Oh, I haven't got any idea. I don't really know what happened at all. That's too bad. I've worked hard. Alright, man. What am I doing, bro? Because I low-key forgot what it was. I think it was this one. Let me see. Why am I so far behind, bro? Wait. I think I skipped it. Alright, bro. My fault, man. I think it's the stone lantern. I think I'm supposed to, like that's what I'm supposed to present here. Let me see. Let me see. Bro, why? Bro, why is it taking so long, bro? Sheesh, man. If it's a stone lantern, it was a stone lantern. See, I know I was right, bro. I'm sitting here looking for it, and I already know. So there was a man standing behind your attacker.
Yeah.
That man, he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Oxnard, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother.
The killer?
Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed a huge problem with her testimony.
Oh, what do you mean? What problem?
Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission.
Huh? What?
It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night.
But no.
Order in the court. Mr. Godard, explain this.
Add the prettiness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee stir. And that is the state of the witness' mind right now. A cup of cafe au lait.
Cafe au lait? Is that even legal?
Mr. Trite's words are the milk, and you are the spoon. Your Honor.
I'm a spoon? I'm no Swooty Bard, I'll have you know.
You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness' mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why you make a little mistake like that. Sorry, but that's not going to cut it. What did you say? If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness' last bit of testimony. May I recall the witness statement about her attacker? She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker, and she quite clearly described him as a man. In other words, that would have mean that Maya actually saw a mystery person. Despite it being so dark, she couldn't see the face of her own attacker.
No.
Order. What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying this face saw the real killer under pitch black conditions?
Trite, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godard. Maya, you did see what the killer was in the dark. And now, you're trying to cover for him.
Cover for the man that killed her mother?
There's only one conclusion I could draw from this. You know who this man is.
Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you.
Ha! You talk a good game, Trite. Let's see if you can walk a walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff.
No, Nick, don't. Please, stop.
Bro, I can't believe she really was defending this man. Yep. Maya is dead set on protecting this guy. That man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth.
Alright, Mr. Wright, time to show us what you got. Who is this person that you say Miss Face saw in the darkness?
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's about to shock y'all. It's about to shock y'all, dog. What? Y'all probably like, what? That's how I was when I first played through this. I was like, what? But it's this man right here. Crazy, right? And then you see here like Maya defending him. Maya? Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see it for itself. This is possible, yes?
What? How do you propose to show something like that?
It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night.
Conditions?
Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off.
This is... But it can't be.
Ha! Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. That was a nice bit of deduction. Trite. Crazy, yo. Crazy. Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder. And then when you think about it, you like, bro, he got there, called Iris, and then it makes sense why he wasn't there and Von Karma took his place because he was stuck on the other side of the temple.
Crazy. Prosecutor, what is the meaning of this?
And he's sitting there still drinking his coffee like he not guilty.
Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it?
Ha! Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person.
What do you mean by that?
If you got a question to ask a witness, that's one of my rules. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights?
Please answer the question.
You're wrong. I never saw that.
Maya?
I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man for a totally different reason.
What? Like that's crazy that she really gonna cap like that. What else could she have seen if she could see a man behind somebody that killed her mom? But what buddy was holding a light? Like, no way, bro.
Shattering.
If it's worth asking as a witness, that's one of my rules.
Alright. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize it until after I woke up, but...
It's crazy work, Maya, crazy work. The killer.
When I came to, I was just laying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. Torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all the snow lanterns were carefully cleaned up, too. Just the person got all that work alone. Did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man.
Like, that's crazy. Like, she just assumed that it was a man because he cleaned up. Like, what, bro? That's a crazy reason. That's a goofy reason.
So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor,
No need to apologize. Just as Mr. Koda said, you're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was a man. Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Insane work, Maya. Killer certainly went through a lot of trouble. Moving the body by pendulum, manipulating the crime scene. But for what purpose? Why do all of that? Maybe Maya knows more than she's letting go on. So you lost consciousness when you were in the garden. Is that right?
Yes, I think it happened when the victim was stabbed.
So the person that carried you into the inner temple.
It could have been the killer.
That's what I think, too.
So the killer carried Maya into the inner temple. Naturally, the killer must have done it, right?
Yes, I think so.
But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer definitely wanted to hide.
I don't know.
It looks like she doesn't have enough confidence. I think I need to gather some more information before I ask her again. We gotta remember, it's this right here. We gotta go back to this and ask her that. torches were lit? Yes.
That's how I noticed the whole scene had changed.
I'm going to say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be?
The killer probably with them since it'd be impossible to lit any cover upward in the dark. However, if that's true, it's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go to the offer of moving the body?
That's true. It's hard to see how that would be of any advantage to the killer. The only one who gained anything from that would be the only person that was at the inner temple, Maya.
Very well. Let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene.
So you're saying the killer cleaned up the snow? It did look really odd. The snow was removed in an unnatural looking rectangular shape around the lantern.
There was a lot of shovels around the inner temple. They're all really heavy. Way too heavy for me to use.
An odd fellow indeed, this killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take snow away?
There's one thing here to think of. Didn't you say that a lot of victims' blood sprayed onto the snow?
Yeah. Area collapsed and ended up being splattered.
In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation.
Perhaps. However, there's something that's bothering me. The killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it. There was no need to remove that amount.
That's true. He could have scooped up with just the snow that was stained with blood.
It looks like there's so many mysteries behind this issue.
But I think this will help explain them.
So, you're saying that you never saw the killer, right?
Yes.
But earlier you were very clearly stated that you saw a man behind your attacker.
Nick, I'm sorry.
The killer certainly went through a lot of trouble, moving the body by pendulum, manipulating the crime scene, but for what purpose? Why do all that? Oh wait, I'll be getting way too into it and start reading what I already read. Alright. Naturally, okay, we can skip that until she says what she needs to say.
The truth is, when I saw the crime scene, I felt something.
You did?
Yes. I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence for me. For my sake.
What? Hiding from you?
I knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden,
She may have thought that you had done it.
No, she definitely would have thought so. And you're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing had happened?
yes, I'm sure of it.
Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I want you to add that to your testimony.
Yes, Ryder.
Alright, now obviously, I know what the present here. They did it for your sake.
Well, if the body and the blood hadn't been removed, I would have immediately been the prime suspect, right?
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, and if that happened, the body would have caused some other problems too. If her real identity had come out right then, it would have been terrible. Master Ferrain killed by her own daughter? I don't think Maya would have been able to handle it.
But still, it's rather difficult to fathom the killer's motives. What reason is there to go through that much trouble to protect you?
Alright. Let me see. I think it was this one? I believe is let me see. Because I don't know exactly which one it was. But I do know what piece of evidence I gotta present. Alright. I believe it's this right here. There it is. The body of at least the altar was carried all the way to the Hezekor Temple's courtyard. Then at the guard and the real scene of the crime, the snow that was suspected was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd. Oh, and what would that be? You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Godard. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. It was written very clearly on a white stone lantern. Maya.
Oh,
If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't they wipe the writing off the lantern?
You're right.
Pete, that's another thing. Another thing that points to you know who.
Order. But, Mr. Wright, isn't it a fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene?
Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the bloody snow. Did not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing. But if that's the case, do you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? Why would this killer move the body and remove all that snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern? I don't know what the killer's plans was, but it's a fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. There must be a reason for it.
Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion. Why did the killer leave the message written in blood on the lantern?
Obviously, he did notice, because he couldn't see it. Prosecutor Godot, earlier in this trial, you gave me some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought.
The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that a crime had occurred there. If that's the case, then they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on a stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it.
but that doesn't make any sense. The torches are all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person would miss something as glaring as that.
You're right. There's no way any normal person would.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright?
There's only one person involved in this incident who could have missing the bloody writing altogether.
And who would that be? Who's the person that could have failed to notice the bloody writing?
Again, all the signs point to this man. Mr. Godot, this is what you said yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything.
You can't see everything. Is that correct, Mr. Godot?
This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back into the moment it was first presented.
This lantern, there's something written on it. But why? It's written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern, it's clean as a whistle. Mr. Godot just admitted there are certain colors you can't see, correct? You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right. We went through this once before, during a poisoning case at Tribulations. This is the apron that delightful Miss Barrett was wearing at the time. Somehow spilled coffee on it.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play game, prosecutor. Blood color stain that's smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain. You could see the coffee on a white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup because it was red. Ha! Strange. In the black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one that can't see them?
So then, Mr. Godot, you're admitting it. Are you admitting that you can't see the red writing on the lantern?
Hey, Gramps, didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea. I wasn't sure about it until now, but I just can't believe it. Prosecutor Godot is the murderer. But there's no going back now. I finally figured out the truth. Mr. Godot, the defense at this time firmly accuses you. Alright, y'all, man, at this point, this is where I'll stop it. So, for the rest of this, I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna keep it going. You are the murderer of Miss Alicia Hawthorne, also known as Miss Misty Fey.
It's hard to believe this may be true. However, once again, Mr. Wright brought up a disquieting fact about you.
Ha! Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in red ink, Gramps. Come on, how does a little graffiti make me into the killer? Besides, it's not like it's my name that's written there. I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. This is rich. Do go on, Trite. The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow.
The snow? How so?
Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. If he wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not take out just that area?
Yes, why didn't he take just that area? Could it be?
Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood that seeped into the snow, and so he had removed all of the snow. He couldn't be sure where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area. Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark? Not a chance. The torches were all lit, but I've been able to see just fine.
It seems that once again this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Goldrock?
And like Maya sitting here, she was sitting here protecting it. Wait, I know that wasn't. Wait just a minute. Maya.
What is it? Witness?
Mr. Goldrock isn't the killer. They're like, bro. Now, obviously, like I said, after that, the accused, dialogue, he said when Phoenix said that, I'm completely blind now. Like, I don't know what happens after that. And she still defending this man. What type of dirt do he have on her, bro? What did he tell her to make her defend him this way? She don't even know him like that. She literally don't even know him like that. She defended him like this man her best friend or something. He bodied your mom. He literally killed your mom in front of you. I mean, it wasn't really your mom at the time. She was possessed, but still. Like, dog. I can't believe my egg like this, dog. I can't believe it.
After all, he didn't even come to the inner temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after the old bridge got fixed up.
How would she even know that? She was channeling somebody. Like, how? See, like, the cap is crazy. The cap is at an all-time high. Maya. You can't testify to something like that.
Why? What do you mean? I may not.
Oh. After the murder happened, you didn't even exist.
She didn't? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Are you senile, man? We established this just a little while ago. After murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Yeah, because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, that's right.
Please, Your Honor, what do you add?
Bro, like, what is it to add? You were gone for like a whole section. Like, what is it to add, bro? Like, please, like, I don't want to listen to nothing you say, Mike. You capping for this man. You literally lying for the man, bro. Like, what's up with you, bro? Maya. Do you plan to cover for Gorat no matter what the cost? If that's the case, I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. If it means we're going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her. Ha! Nicely done, Trite.
Very well, let's hear the witness testimony. Please tell us what happened at the inner temple after the murder.
Yes, sir. After I woke up again channeling, my spirit left me, as it were. But little Pearly was there at the inner temple, too.
Alright. I'm going to end it here. Like, share, subscribe, new, turn post notifications on. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope all the links start jitting around. I didn't check it, but if it did, ain't nothing I can do about that. But, oh wait, I gotta tap that. Alright, until next time, y'all. It's crazy where she really covering for you.